various committees and international organizations like Asian Cooperation Dialogue, Indian Muslim Association. Also, I'm a member of various governmental committees, including the Risk Reduction Committee, which is the emergency committee in Oman. I'm here because I'm representing Oman. Officially, we are 10 people from Oman, so I am one of the official people coming from Oman.
Oh, okay, okay. And then one thing we never get about you?
I like traveling. I never do sports, but I'm traveling in nature, ecosystems, and forest.
Good. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Please.
Hi, I'm Nikki Wallace. I'm from the Philippines, and I'm working as a private biodiversity consultant. Why I'm here? Because the Philippines is no stranger to natural disasters. 3 weeks ago, we had floods that completely shut down the capital. A lot of the areas floods were up to people's necks. They were up on the 3rd story of their buildings trying to get away from it. So it's something really, really important to my country and hence to me. So I'd love to gain more knowledge on that. One thing you'd never guess about me, despite being absolutely in love with animals, I am deathly terrified of cockroaches.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think you're not alone. So, yes, please.
My name is Kaha Bakhtadze. I am from the Caucasus region of Georgia. I'm working at SEN, which is the Caucasus Environmental NGO Network, and I'm programs manager there. Professionally, I'm a geographer, and I was working already for 9 years, 10 years on disaster risk reduction issues. Recently, we have published the Disaster Risk Atlas for Georgia, which was one of the first atlases in the ex-Soviet Union for the ex-Soviet Union countries. And we worked for this atlas for the last 2 years. And we are also introducing in our country, like doing first steps on bioengineering measures, which is very important for us. And that's why I'm also here on this workshop, because we think that this is the way we have to choose for mitigation and prevention also, because our country is a small country, we are developing tourism, but at the same time we have huge problems and we want to do it in a nice way. This is the opportunity for us. Also, it's about myself, I can say that I'm from the country which has its own alphabet. It is like from 4 million people, it has its own alphabet and its own language.
And one thing we never guess about you is?
Is that I'm from a very small country, but it has like its own alphabet and its own language.
All right, thank you. Well, Ms. Modi, you've already introduced yourself, Mr. Moto. Would you like to add anything?
Only my hobby. Is it climbing? But I love mountaineering.
Mountaineering. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. There's 2 of us. Please.
My name is Masanori Kobayashi. I come from the Yokohama National University, as Mr. Muros mentioned, and I work on environmental policies, participatory environment management. One of the research work I'm doing is the Green Dike initiatives, that is to promote vegetations for risk reductions. I haven't done it for the last 7 years, but I have completed the full marathon 6 times, the one in London and despite that, my stomach is now exhausted. A pleasure to join this.
And the one thing we never guess about you is that okay, all right. Please.
Good morning.
That was good. That was under 1 minute, right? Oh, okay. Good job. Okay, please go ahead.
I'm Chikoye from Insights Training Trust, Osaka, Zambia. We're training and capacity building of community members, mostly in the area of food security, and also how agriculture disturbs nature. So I'm here to just learn, see the tricks of the trade. What can I borrow here to take to my training institution? We're always looking for innovative ways of engaging the communities. Hobby,
It doesn't have to be a hobby, something we would just never guess about.
That I do. I love farming. Yeah, all these things I'm pretending, but really, when I'm on the farm, that is my area. Thank you very much.
May I
except something that you never expected about me, because
No.
that's why I'm here. I've been in Afghanistan with the Dutch army. That you would not have expected that from me. But I was there not to fight the Taliban. I was there to, within the army context, to help to develop the country after, in spite of all these war things. So it was man-made disaster. And I've been writing an instruction book for the army personnel on ecosystem management in army operations. It is also on this stick, but I'd like to give a hard copy to you, Brian.
Okay, thank you. Let me do something.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. We have one new participant, okay?
Is there a reason you missed Eladio?
Did we miss Eladio?
Yes.
Eladio, we missed you. We didn't.
I was introduced
no,
later.
no. There's no reason. See, I'm operating on half a brain, so Randy's just running the other half, so we're helping each other. Please, we didn't hear maybe about all of these things, especially the last one, Eladio.
The last one. You will never guess, but I passed 3 or 4 weeks every year with marine turtles, just trying to protect their nests, in Cyprus, and they job.
Good.
That's a good one. Thank you.
That's so cute. It's the best, most interesting animal in the world.
There's no reason we speak with Eladio except that I didn't get us.
By the way, we are not going to skip you for the 4th.
Okay. Please come closer. Please be welcome. Yeah, come, please. Please come. We're just introducing ourselves. Just your name, where you work, why you are here, and one thing we would never guess about you. You have 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, please.
Yeah. My name is Dong-yeon Kim from Korea. I'm working for Forest Disaster in Korea Forest Research Institute on the Korea Forest Service. I have a new research project about forest fire research related to the world natural cultural heritage site, how we can protect about it. So I want to exchange the experience and expert opinion. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And one thing we would never guess about you.
One thing we would never guess about you.
We had somebody say they're afraid of water, somebody likes rock climbing, somebody likes turtles.
I just I'm interested in climate change, some natural disasters.
Yeah, but something we would never guess about you. Do you like to sing or something like, what do you like to do?
Sing?
Sing, or what's something that's unusual about you?
Oh my God.
No? That's okay, all right. You're welcome to sit here or at this table. There's some spots there. Yeah, please make yourself.
Thank you.
So you want me to say number 4, huh? And then
I'm
Radhika,
Radhika.
there's Camille, please. Or do you want me to time you? Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
Hello, I'm Camille Vic. I'm working with the ICM Ecosystem Management Program for a few months now. And I'm here first to give support for this conservation campus, but also to get insight into this field because we'll be working in this field soon. And one thing we will never guess about me, I cannot spend one day without eating chocolate.
Okay.
It's very hard.
That's good. That was even just 30 seconds. You were the best.
I would have guessed that one.
Okay. Just because of that, you're going to get 2 chocolates at the end of this. Radhika, please.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Radhika. I work with the IUCN headquarters in Switzerland. Why are you here?
Why are you here?
I guess together with delivering this conservation campus, I'm here to learn from you. There's many unknowns, and we can together learn from each other so we can help promote this area of work. One thing you would never guess, I love playing rugby, which my husband and my parents are not very happy about.
Are you still playing rugby then? Okay. All right, Radhika, good. So, okay, Eladio wants to know the one thing you never guess about me. I'm going to do a new one. I normally say cross-country skiing, but I'm going to tell you that when I was 24, my husband and I traveled through West Africa without any means of special transportation other than the local taxis, and we crossed the Sahara in the back of an empty truck. And it took 3 days, and it actually rained on us. The first time it rained in 7 years, and we got some sprinkles of rain in the back of an open truck crossing the Sahara. So it was something we never get to do. We didn't get very wet. It felt nice, actually. So that was a little unusual. Good, thank you. And just for that, I think everybody did a chocolate. Whose phone is this? Is that yours? Okay. Now, a couple of just housekeeping rules, or some things we've learned here from the hotel, is that you're welcome to bring in a glass of water. Is that what they said? They cannot bring in water, but you're welcome to go get a glass of water anytime you feel that you need to go get it. Okay? The toilets are kind of at the end of the hallway, so we'll just let you.
There's signs.
There's signs. Unfortunately, lunch is not available. When he gets 2 chocolates, huh? Because she needs 2 chocolates. Okay, please, you all did a good job. So, unfortunately, lunch is not in the provided by the campus event itself. But there's restaurants a little bit expensive in the hotel or across the street. So just so you know. Was there anything else, right? I like that. You get 2 just because I forgot about you. Okay. Was that it? You think of anything else? Oh, yes. We do have a board here with burning questions. Sometimes maybe you don't want to interrupt to ask a question, so I have that little, they're not very big, little post-its. If you anytime have a question, write it down, post it whenever it's convenient. We want to make sure that we cover any questions that you might have. Okay? So if I get it right, basically, how many of you are more environmental, in the environmental field versus disaster field? Disaster field, you're both, huh? Okay. So 3 are more from the disaster field and the rest are more from environmental field. Okay. And some of you are mixed. Many of you looks like you're mixed, huh? So we're going to start the program. We're good. I think we're getting along fine around the schedule. So Radhika's just going to start with introducing the course and some of the objectives, or maybe just a couple of other things to give you, please turn off your cell phones, and if you have any urgent meetings on email, maybe do that during the break so that we focused. So I think that's all. Should we maybe dim the lights just on the front part? Can we do that? Just to dim lights there in the front. So we're going to try not to do so many PowerPoints. We understand that it's tiring, but there's a little bit in the beginning that we think is important. Not the whole room, just a little bit in the beginning just to kind of set the stage, and then we'll more and more become, we'll say, more interactive as the day goes through. Yeah, thank you, Radhika.
So I just thought we'd give you an idea of who the Petter Partnership is, because they've been very much behind putting this training together. As you can see these logos, there's 14 organizations, and it's really the coalition of the willing. It's not a binding partnership, there is no legal obligations, but we believe that ecosystems within the context of disaster risk reduction as well as adaptation is a very, very critical aspect that is being ignored, undermined, or not utilized to its potential. And therefore, the 14 organizations got together and said, if we pool our resources together and our knowledge together, we'll hopefully make a quicker, faster, and a bigger impact rather than trying to do this ourselves individually. So it's a global alliance. There's a mix of UN agencies, there's NGOs such as WWF, and there's regional bodies such as the Asia Disaster Preparedness Center, and we also have the Council of Europe, which is a representative of the governments of Europe. It's an informal platform, coordination, information sharing, learning from each other, and we try and advocate for policy changes as well as direct scientific research to address some of the gaps in this area and help identify good practices that will help us implement ecosystem-based DRR. So just quickly, the vision is building resilient communities as a result of improved ecosystem management that contributes to DRR and climate change adaptation. And the key objective is to pool resources and advocate for every measure that will help contribute to this, enhancing this area of work. Now, one key product that's come out of our collaboration is this training that we're doing today, the one-day version. The two key objectives of the training is to increase awareness about the multiple benefits of ecosystems for risk reduction, sustainable development, and methods for sustaining and enhancing services, as well as develop knowledge and skills on how to integrate ecosystem management and risk reduction in climate resilient development planning processes. So we thought that instead of trying to have awareness raising type of material, we would have a more strategic awareness raising where this is advocating, raising awareness, but at the same time giving you some practical tools and knowledge to be able to go back and start doing more of this work. And the idea for this training is to act as a catalyst to start getting people more excited around this, get critical mass to start working together so that we can help in the implementation of ecosystems for risk management, and convene the right people around the table. You know, civil protection, environment, DRR, there's a broad set of stakeholders we need if we're to successfully do ecosystem management for risk reduction and adaptation. So the idea of this training also is to get the right people at the table, get them at the same level of understanding, and hopefully catalyze action in getting ecosystem management happening for risk reduction. Now the training, because it's a broad range of people that come to this training, it has got quite a selection of modules. And what we do is we select the modules according to the country's needs. So it ranges from ecosystem-based DRR to spatial planning to ecosystem-based adaptation. And this really depends on the country, the context, and the people as our participants. Now the process, if you want to do this training in your country or your project, we need a written request from the government or the organization or the training institute that is interested in running the training. Then we identify an in-country focal point who's willing to work with us, and a core team out of the 14 organizations. It's not that every time all PETA partners run all the trainings. It's who is available, whose priority region it is, and who can provide some financial as well as technical support. So we identify a core team from amongst us in the PETA partnership. We identify an in-country focal point, and then we start looking for potential donors who will support this training. So the country itself looks at its framework donors as well as us, the people we get funding from. We approach them saying, Georgia asked for training, would you be interested in funding this? And once the funds are identified, the first phase is to do a training needs assessment. So we go in with a very basic questionnaire targeted at 5 or 7 or however many ministries, and we ask them what kind of backgrounds they have, what are their priorities in being able to understand the dynamics between ecosystems and disaster risk reduction. And using these training needs assessment, we then localize the content. So we pick out the right modules to be able to put together something that is really useful to the country to be able to implement, rather than having it as a conceptual, theoretical workshop. And then what we do is we want to make sure that this is not seen as a new concept. We're not promoting a new concept. We've been doing ecosystem management that contributes to risk reduction for a long time, but we don't communicate it as such, and perhaps we don't communicate it to the right audience, such as humanitarian aid people. So we look at local experts who are already in this business, and then we bring them in to help us deliver the training together. We're not going to come in as international organizations and tell Nepal how to protect its people from avalanches. The idea is to work with the local experts and have that ownership to deliver this material so that people start seeing the same issues in a new light and look at how ecosystems can contribute to this. And this whole process takes about 3 to 4 months, from getting an interest or request to getting this training done in country. So some key principles of this training, we've made sure this is not a propaganda, this is not an environment agenda, but it is really to bring people from different areas together to have a common understanding and be able to go back and mainstream some of these principles in their own work. The idea is not to find a forum to greenwash as such. It is to really show the links where things work and where things don't work. There are some times when ecosystems perhaps not the best solution. So really to show them where we can work together and what's the best in reducing people's risks. The course provides the why, some good and bad examples of the how, but the how becomes very site specific. So sometimes it can be seen as very conceptual, but we need to understand these conceptual links to be able to interpret it into action, what it means for our work and how we change the business as usual to embrace ecosystem services. So it provides the why and some good examples, but then the how to do it at your site becomes very site specific. Again, we rely on local experts to deliver the training with the credibility this needs, and it comes from local knowledge, local expertise. And we've based this training so it's easily adapted at various levels, whether it's some countries have disaster management decentralized into district provincial levels, some have it centralized in the civil protection. So we've had to be very adaptable within the structure where it can be used at either